length hair. Anyone with information is urged to contact the authorities. Two runners who began a race in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday to raise money for a Boston Marathon bombing victim and the family of Martin Richard, the boy killed in the bombings, crossed the finish line early this afternoon. Over $78,000 raised. In New Boston, Texas, near the Oklahoma and Arkansas borders, FBI agents wearing white hazardous material suits and ventilation masks searched a home as part of the investigation into letters laced with the poison ricin sent recently to New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg and President Barack Obama. A law enforcement official says a resident of the home has also been interviewed as part of that investigation. This all happened yesterday. FBI spokesperson in Dallas would not comment on the search, and no suspects have been named. The weekly media addresses by President Obama and the Republicans are all about the economy. The AP's Sandy Gozell reports.
President Obama points to the auto industry, new jobs, and a recovering housing market as signs of progress. And he's calling on Congress to keep the ball rolling.
Until middle-class families start regaining that sense of security. And we can't let partisan politics get in the way.
Speaking for the GOP, Alaska Governor Sean Parnell is calling on the president to ramp up domestic energy production.
America's resources belong to Americans. They should be unlocked for our benefit and not locked up by Washington.
He says Republican governors are balancing their budgets and should be an example for Obama. Sandy Gozell, Washington.
The state's landmark anti-bullying law could see some changes to stiffen reporting requirements on school districts and create a recognition that certain students are more vulnerable to bullying. Advocates are pushing to require school districts to collect data on bullying incidents and report the information to the state. His Representative Alice Pike explains why the increased reporting
try to give the department a handle on how prevalent this is. We have a lot of anecdotal information, but not a lot of solid data.
Schools would also be required to specify which categories of students are more likely to bully. Beacon Hill is expected to focus on recent reports of fraud in the Massachusetts welfare system. This after a report from State Auditor Suzanne Bump faulted the Department of Transitional Assistance for missing opportunities to investigate and potentially stop payments of up to $15 million to people who should not have been receiving benefits. The audit also found that benefits had been paid to more than 1,000 people after they died, though Governor Deval Patrick's administration later disputed those figures. There will be a legislative hearing on Tuesday on several bills, including Republican proposals to require that welfare recipients provide proof of state and U.S. residency. And Senate leaders are expected to file a comprehensive welfare reform bill in the coming weeks. The Pentagon is denying a report that 3 Mauritanians held by the U.S. have been returned to their country. The prisoner support group says the prisoners arrived in Mauritania's capital aboard a United States military aircraft last night. 2 were held at the prison at Guantanamo Bay. The third was held at the U.S. military base at the Bagram airfield in Afghanistan. Meantime, a U.S. Defense Department spokesman says no detainees have been transferred from Guantanamo since October of last year. WBZ News Time is 4:22. Right now it's 93 degrees in Boston under partly sunny skies. Traffic, roads, and weather
Weather in just 10 minutes.
are now together. From the west of town on
Windy and chilly every 10 minutes. Details for the roads are on standby.
23, 43, and 53 past the hour. Just 10 minutes. News Watch, Weather Watch, Traffic Watch, Never Stop. WBZ News Radio 1030. WBZ News Time 4:23. Traffic and weather together. The Subaru dealers of New England all-wheel drive traffic on the 3s. And once again, here's Rob Hackett.
And all right, we'll start on Route 3 southbound. Still dealing with a tough drive. Route 18 in Weymouth down to the lane at Derby Street in Hingham. And then more delays starting around exit 6 in Plymouth to an earlier car fire. It's being cleaned up off to the far right after exit 5 in Plymouth. We are told that both travel lanes are getting by now. The 2 travel lanes are getting by, but you might still see some activity off to the right there. 3 north is a little bit slow getting by exit 5 in Plymouth. No problems at the Sagamore or Bourne bridges heading on or off the Cape. The expressway southbound is heavy from Mass Ave down to Neponset. Northbound is okay up past Mass Ave towards the O'Neill Tunnel. Out west of town, the Pike West is okay to 290. North of town, 128 southbound is slow out of Beverly down to an earlier accident before Lowell Street in Peabody. 93, 93, and 95. We're okay up to New Hampshire. Route 1 both ways. Some reduced speeds, but it looks like it's getting better at Route 60 in Revere. Downtown, lower deck of 93 is fine. The Leverett connector inbound a bit slow at the bottom end, getting onto Sturrow Drive. Next report, 433. WBZ's traffic on the 3s.
WBZ News Time, 424. Now the 4-day WBZ AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Dave Samuel.
Will be partly cloudy tonight. Other than that, just a tranquil night across the area. Still might want to keep that AC going with the low of 67. Then tomorrow, not quite as hot as recent days, but certainly warm and humid with a high of 84. But watch out for a stray thunderstorm late in the afternoon, but thunderstorms will be more likely tomorrow night. We'll get down to 63. On Monday, cloudy with showers likely, maybe a rumble and thunder, your high 72. Then we'll finally dry out on Tuesday with a high of 74. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dave Samuel, WBZ News Radio 1030.
And it's 93 degrees at 424 in Boston.
WBZ box office.
Call the number 14 at 617-931-1030 and receive a $30 gift certificate to Ken's Kickin' Chicken Pot Pie Shop. It's in Salem, Massachusetts, and has the best homemade chicken pot pies, prepared foods, and barbecue you ever tasted. Learn more at kenskickenchicken.net. WBZ News Time is now 425. It's time for Health Watch, brought to you by the Leahy Clinic.
You've seen the ads touting no infections or best at hip replacement for various hospitals and healthcare organizations. But who's making those claims, and what are they based on? Peter Pronovost, a patient safety expert at Johns Hopkins, says this is an area that needs greater transparency.
I just published with some other people a policy report for Robert Wood Johnson on performance measures and made recommendations. The strongest one is the need for a similar organization to the Securities and Exchange Commission in healthcare, because when you go look up these awards that hospitals win for, like, we're the top hospital, there's no rules on what those are based on, and many of them are proprietary companies. They're just marketing. Literally, if you pay them, you can use their data to say we won.
Pronovost says that patients have a right to know the basis for such claims, so informed decision-making is possible. At Johns Hopkins, I'm Elizabeth Tracy.
WBZ News Time, 426. The Evangelical Lutheran Church of America has elected its first openly gay bishop. It's part of Osage, Indian. It is also the first Native American to be elected. In 2009, the church's rules changed to allow gays and lesbians to be ordained in the nation's largest Lutheran denomination. Owen currently serves as a pastor at Faith Lutheran Church and a professor of Lutheran Confessional Theology at California Lutheran University. WBZ News Time is 426. We have 92 degrees right now, partly cloudy and muggy overnight, getting down to just 67, so it'll still be quite warm. Breezy and humid with intervals of clouds and sunshine tomorrow. Could be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Tomorrow's high quite a bit cooler than